That's how we do it some days. Just be out on a street corner somewhere, throwing back a beverage, saying hi to all the people that pass by. See if I can get this set up in a decent way for y'all. Yeah, this should work all right. As soon as I left the house, I came out to, well, I guess I'll wait for a couple people to get on here to tell what happened, but what's going on? Who has entered the room? Identify yourself. Siddhi Life on a street corner in Enola. What's up, David Mannion? Yeah, some days we switch it up a little bit. I left the house. I wanted to go get ramen, but you can't really find very many ramen places in New Orleans. And it's Monday, so nothing is open. Like, it's the only day that people get off. So all the places, you know, all the restaurants basically, they shut down Monday. And so the few noodle places, the few ramen places that exist, well, they're not open. So I was like, all right, but I found there's one pho place next to my house, and it's a really excellent pho. And so as soon as I get on my bike, it just immediately starts raining as I'm halfway down the streets. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just hang outside until I find somewhere I want to go, until the overcast skies are gone. How's your day going? What's going on? What's going on in all y'all's worlds? And I don't feel like being in a bar right now. It's like, it's too early to be in a bar. Well, it's not too early to be in a bar in New Orleans, but... What's up, Dimension Extensions? Yeah, rainstorms are fun. I don't mind them. It was just as soon as I got on the bike to go down the street. It was like perfectly shiny and lovely, and it's like basically said 0% chance of rain. And I walk outside and there's just like this giant looming cloud over the city. I guess it's all the energy and the people that were hanging out doing stupid shit over the weekend. A collection of energies. But yeah, it was a quick rain. It wasn't even that bad. Just a little moist. Yep. It's like I'm sitting right next to a bar. I was trying to use their internet. I don't want to be a dick and just like go sit at their table outside and drink my beer, and you know what I mean? So, but I can't. I'm too far away from the place to connect to their internet. Oh well. I got a few extra megabytes to waste this month, so we'll do that here. Oh man, you know, today's been fine for me. I mean, I'm just slight bit hungover or whatever from all of the shit that we've been doing the past few days. My 4-hour broadcast the other day, which turned into a whole evening of awesomeness. And yeah, fun times, lots of music, lots of cool shit. Got to see some old friends. Got to listen to a lot of awesome music. Yeah, you think you need a beer? I know you need a beer. It's not even a question. I didn't know. I've been kind of fasting for like 4 days, which means I just start drinking, and I'm like, well, food is secondary. I'm getting my nutrition from the beer, and so all I've eaten today was I took a whole head of lettuce and was just eating that. That was like, it was what I needed, a head of lettuce. And it was really good. It was a really sweet, like, it was just an iceberg lettuce, but it was really good. Every once in a while, that's what I want. That was like my craving. I was like, this is it. But then I was like, I think I want noodles. But then the rain said, no, you can get no noodles right now. What's everybody's go-to food for when you got a hankering for something? I mean, a lot of people, it's based on body types and shit. But you know, some people, it's like, you know, when you were a child, there was something that, and other people, it's just like, that's the food that I want for whatever crazy reason, just because it's delicious. Mine is ramen noodle, like ramen, but you can't find it in the city. There's more better food in this city, of every variety, in New Orleans. The best food on the planet, and I can't find any ramen spots. There's like 2 ramen spots, but you gotta. I'd have to go through it. It's a little bit of a hike to get there, you know. But there's none in the city. It's crazy. There's sushi joints galore. There's all sorts of amazing, just whatever. Yeah. Yeah, figs, dimension extension. Hey, what's up, Robert Souza? We had watermelon. You know what? I was gonna get grapefruit and watermelon, like a beer, grapefruit beer, like a Radler. Yeah, that's actually probably why I'm not that hungover today, because I had a couple of grapefruit Radlers, and I had fruit beers, you know, really heavy on the juicy fruity content. But yeah, the spices. I know, Torrin, I hate food, but I can't stop eating. That's basically life, man. We out here knowing we don't need food, but we're like, nah, consume it anyways. Seems like something to do. Tastes good. I like it. Satisfying. Yeah, spices. I mean, when I'm extremely hungover, like pho is good. I didn't really want pho today. That's probably why it rained, because I knew I really wanted ramen, and I wanted to go through that, you know, like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, kind of like whatever it takes to get ramen, I will get it. And then I realized like all the places are closed. Yeah, spices. For me, like the one food is Indian food, Indian or Mediterranean or Ethiopian. But I mean, if there's one style, it's got to be Indian, just Indian food. And there's this really crazy, excellent place in New Orleans called, well, there's two, well, fucking tons of them, but they're right across from each other. One is Israeli kind of foods. It's called Shaya, and the other place across the street that just opened up is so super amazing. And I forget the name of it, but it's an Indian place, but it does like an Indian kind of fusion with just New Orleans kind of feel to it. It's super awesome. Like, flavors out of control. Yeah. And that's my craving most of the time, but it's super expensive. I can't be dropping what they want for a meal. That's like birthday monies, you know. and the way that I do things is I don't just save up to spend on something. It doesn't make sense to me. But dimension extension, figs. Those are figs are for your testicles. Figs are for your. It'll help make semen. It will help make your seed. So figs are very good for like, basically like masculine energy, basically. And figs, I love figs. Figs are awesome. I never knew. Do you like the black? You like the black ones, the mission figs, or you like the? Because there's like many varieties, but basically you got the brown ones and the black ones. Yeah, and I like making a fig dessert, like fig with a little bit of cream, a little bit of cinnamon. I mean, we get busy, make a little honey, whatever. Yeah, a little bit of sour cream on top. And if you get real crazy and you got blueberries and figs, add a little mint on top. Cracked pepper, a little bit of cracked pepper, some lemon juice. Yeah, you plant-based, but you get an urge for that cheese pizza. You know, you got to, man. We just here experiencing life. Even the things that don't make a lot of sense to us. You know, you gotta scratch the itch. You know what I mean? You can't just be walking around just going, I got an itch and I'm just not gonna scratch it. You know, it's not to be out here itching like a fucking crackhead for everything, because that's where that meditation comes in, and that like fasting. Let's just fast and relax. But then, you know, sometimes you got the hankering. Dig in, man. Go get yourself a cheese pizza. You know, everybody out here, we involved in all that. What you saying? What's the problem? Your habit of eating, Torrin? They help you shit. Yeah, they do help you shit because they're super fibrous. They're definitely good for regulating bowel movements and I'm pretty sure they're good for your blood sugar as well, considering the shape of them and how they grow. They're very masculine. I'll show you how dirty I'm getting today. I don't think I'm gonna drink it today, but dude, look what they got. Van Gogh. Anybody know Van Gogh? This is a good vodka for 12 bucks. Every once in a while, the dude just gets a load of like leftover shit from somewhere that he gets for next to nothing, and he sells awesome liquor. I say he, like there's some guy rolling around on a bike. Like, it's a shop, but Van Gogh for 12 bucks. That's pretty awesome. That's usually like top shelf shit. It's mad tasty. So I was like, I didn't even really want it. I was like, but you can't beat $12. Even if I don't drink it, I'll turn it into. I'll start extracting, make some extractions from elements that I have around the house, some herbs and whatever. the eating thing. You know, I don't know. It's only come on, Torin. What do you mean it's a problem? It's only a problem if you make it a problem. Remember, Torin. No quibbles. No quibbling. Only a problem if you pay attention to it and say it's a problem. And that's why this is where we get caught up in everything. Is we get caught up in the problem and solution scenario. We give ourselves a problem, so we have to find a solution, because it's too simple to just. Because Torin, I know you get in this space. It's almost a confusing space where you're so empty of just going. Well, life is meaningless, but it's play, but it's joyful, but it's also kind of mundane at times. We're isolated, but we're also communal. There's all these weird things going on, and we try to find this. We try to make a problem so we can find this solution, so we can feel like we've done something. When you could have just gotten rid of the problem and wouldn't need to find a solution. And that's the center point of meditation. You know, that's the center point of everything. Is going. If there is no problem, there's nothing to solve, and then you're perfect the way you are. But that's a difficult place to sit in. Because that challenges you to do something that it's not a doing of something, it's an undoing of the mind. It doesn't challenge you not to use your mind, because you can't not use your mind. You have to just allow the mind not to exist the way it does. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's right there. Yep. So it's like we end up being this perfect place of we're good in meditation, in walking, in eating, in being with people, in being by ourselves, and then our mind goes to these places of let's find something to do, let's find some problem, let's find some solution. Even in creativity, there's sometimes, this is like where all the great artists, they say, or all of the greatest musicians, a lot of their work comes out of pain, out of paintings, right? But it's not necessarily so all the time. That's just how that's how we've popularized it. as if the artistic artist is coming out to like create something as a solution, when in reality, if you're at a good point, like there's times when I'm watching you draw and you're just in this meditation where you're like there's no problem, there's no solution, you're just letting whatever occur. But then other times you seem to have the same thing that we all have. There's a problem with it. That must be. This whole world is a problem. Let's figure out how to fix the world. This is what we all do. I used to be obsessed with that too. How can I fix the world? I know how to fix everything. I know how these cars can be fixed. I know that those brakes don't need to be on there. We could use electromagnetism to stop the car, never run out. I know how to make these buildings. Yeah, the addiction problems. Yes. And in the same light, if you're addicted to problems, then you're probably addicted to solutions as well. So some people want to fix everything, but that in and of itself is a problem reaction solution scenario that they manifold in their mind, and then they manifest out into their reality. Like right now, I could say the problem is it's kind of wet out there, and where I'm sitting, it's kind of hard. Like I'm sitting on it's not really comfortable. I could go somewhere else, but I'd only be causing myself a different problem, because then I have to go to the bar and I have to buy a drink, and I don't feel like paying $4 for a drink right now. It ain't happy hour. It's gonna be happy hour in like 30 minutes. Maybe I'll go in there then. But I can make up all these problems that I have right now. I could just go, nah, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm good. Like, who else is out here at 2:30, just enjoying a beverage, watching the people pass by? Like, you know what I mean? That's the... What's up, Marcus? Thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. It's all over the map. Everybody on here will tell you. You get all different pieces of it. So maybe I'll do a video later today as a reintroduction to my channel, so people can kind of have a better way of locating the information they're looking for, because it's very much as it's very sporadic, it's very much linear in my mind, the way the videos are made, from how I taught and the kinds of philosophies I'd be teaching and the kind of understandings I'd be giving, and so that when I start interacting with people and the difference that you'll see within personality and character, and that's what I'm doing. So it's just, you know, some people, if they were just to click on one of my videos, they might be like, the fuck? Why does everybody like this dude? He's a fucking maniac. He's crazy. He's weird. And other times, yeah, and other times it's I mean, I'll give you the 101 here, Marcus, if you don't know. My earliest work is going to be me one directionally, just speaking and channeling knowledge that I have into the camera with some of it I have a whiteboard, some of it is this images on the screen, some of it is using, like, it's pretty simplistic, but it's a one-directional lessons, like you were going to go to college or whatever, you go to university. It's like that. And then as it develops a little more, you'll find that I'll do like very large philosophical talks, and you'll find that whenever you'll see me kind of a lot of the stuff that I was doing, whenever I go to a park or something, you'll start to notice maybe like 8 months ago, when I started interacting more with people, I started doing some live shows. There's two splits there. There's a split that you'll see where I started doing more like, okay, I'm out in nature, my feet, you know, my shoes are off, I'm hanging out at the chime tree, I'm doing something and just having a philosophical discourse. And then you find where I start to interact with people, and then you'll see some like that are just like this, where I'm just like, it's fucking 2 o'clock, I'm shooting the shit, we can talk about anything, and you might catch some gems in here. It just might be me fucking rambling on about some bullshit. So that's just how it works. So I tend to keep most of it up there. Some of it I take down, or some of it I might make private, just because I'd like to have some kind of behind the scenes content for people in the future. You know what I mean? Like, just to have little special nuggets for people. And some of it I just take down because it just was a worthless talk. It really didn't have any value. It was just rambling about nothing. So, but you'll see a development there. Well, thank you, Torin. I would say the same about your channel. I mean, as far as getting to witness somebody draw and to see, like, because as I'm watching you do it, I'm like, what the fuck are these lines making? And then all of a sudden it starts to develop, and I go, oh my god, did he see that the entire time? That face that he just drew there, was he going to draw that? We talked about this last time, and it's like, that's obscene that you're just connecting these little things in this high level state of almost, I mean, sometimes, dude, I'm pretty sure in like some sort of samadhi almost. But you just be drawing, I'm just like, wow, that just turned into something. It went from like really like a pile of mess of lines to the most incredible connection of legs and arms and faces and demons and angels and objects and channeling of something. And it's, so yeah, man. I mean, you know that. You know I dig the shit out of your drawings. And so anybody that doesn't know, you should go check out Marcus. You should check out Torin's stuff. And he does, he's gonna be doing, he's got t-shirts he's working on now. He'll do your shoes up. Yeah. But that's what I'm here for, man. Who else we got here? Let me scroll back through here. I want you to stuff your face. Yeah. I mean, that's just me going, no, I don't feel like doing that today. What's up, Rising Love? Yeah, I kind of want to dip to another little spot here, but it's like I'm underneath see, I got a little covering above me, and it's still wet out there, so it's not really, I'm not gonna melt, you know, warlocks and witches. Oh, shit. We don't melt, but I just don't want my electronics wet. Oh, here, I know what I can do. Maybe that will work a little better. No. Oh, there we go. Just park. Here's how we lay out here. Just street corners, whatever. Hang out in front of somebody's door. Business is closed. What you say, Unstance? That's interesting. I've noticed a lot of the connections to a lot of the Native American and Aztec stuff, like especially the way my nose is shaped, and there's some interesting features that I've only recently noticed in myself. But that's hilarious. Maybe. There you go, best thing in the world. Little streetcar out there. Roll on that shit all day. $3, get on that, just roll all over New Orleans. You go up the park, yeah. Don't worry, I'm gonna get a tripod soon, guys. I'm gonna have to get one that's a little more unbreakable, because I've already gone through 2 of them in a very short period of time. When you're talking with people, you're talking to their energy and the most probable outcomes. You know, I like the idea of talking to their energy, which is something that I prefer. But I don't really think about the outcomes. I'm not interested in outcomes, you know? I mean, I am. I would like to see, you know, I'd like to see better things. I'd like to see a more improved world, but I've oftentimes found that when I'm trying to produce a certain kind of outcome, you know, to help someone, sometimes I end up getting in their way. And sometimes people don't want the help the way that I'm giving it to them. So I have to alleviate myself from going, this is how I need to help someone. Just go, I can't control, you know, how many times you want to give somebody a hug or say something nice to them, but they don't know how to respond to that. So you actually cause them more chaos just by doing something that seems to you something positive and light up the world and be all this love and light shit, right? Because there's plenty of people, they you know what would help them best is to have a little bit of raw talk, you know, like that's what people want. You know, some people like that. Some people, and it gives them maybe some wisdom and enlightenment. Other people, you know, some people want to be. You just don't know. That's the thing. It's all you can do is like speak to the energy and can't worry about the outcome. Because, well, what is it? We can't. You can be a prophet if you want. You could get in the astral realms and make outcomes for tomorrow, but then it would be a little boring, you know. It gets boring being God, where you just know everything's going to happen. You're going to get bored doing it. But at the same time, we have to. It's like giving space for ultimate excellent outcomes. Just having, you know, what is the faith of a mustard tree or whatever. If you want to play that game. Tripod brand is Archon. Of course it is. So, Torin, the city is powering up what? Like, if I call myself a city, it's an interaction between me and the organic and inorganic matrix. It feeds off of each other. You know, everything is atomic. Even the inorganics that we you know sometimes bitch about, that seem to be getting in the way of our organic living systems, of what we're doing and trying to like be lovely and more human-like, more compassionate, and all of these things. But really, technology is enabling a lot of that. You know, like think of all the people that we've met on here. Just our interaction here, to me at least, maybe not to you guys, but I think so, is very compassionate, very healing and relieving and educational and inspiring, and all of these, you know, these powerful words. which without the internet, that doesn't exist for me, because I walk through the city. I don't see that. It's hard to see in people because, you know, people, depending on what city you live in. I mean, here I can see it because people are on vacation and people are enjoying themselves. They've taken off all the layers, and they're just having a good old time and being themselves. So it's easy to see here, but other cities it's hard to see because the energy of the city is, the inorganic energy of the city has overwhelmed the powerful cities, because most cities, SIDDHI or IH or SIDDE, which is the Irish version of the city, which is the Indian version, they don't really live in the cities. They don't see the reason to. They get drained too much. They don't see the interaction between the two things, because most people in cities are not urban shamans. They're not cities in the sense of you know, really seeing the connection between the inorganic and the organic system, the Tron world and the you'd call it the artificial matrix, but it's not even artificial. You know, it's a subsystem to the living system. Yeah. I mean, I see I see that, Torrin. I see that here for sure. Good man. Do yourself a favor, Marcus. Don't get upset when you get to my talks and I go off fucking raw dog hardcore on veganism. I took a lot of them down because I had too many vegans coming and trying to argue with me, and I wasn't trying to hear it. But you'll see during some of my chats, you know, it doesn't. You'll find out soon enough. Veganism is not. It's a trap, man. It's a mental trap, homie. That's all I can say about it here, because I'm not gonna go down that yarn. But I mean, you could ask anybody here right now. They'll let you know. They'll let you know how I go off on that shit. You know, just make it simple. Get rid of the labels. Just eat what's living. Be a vegetarian. You know, treat animals well. Be as good as you can. You know, do that. That just let go of the labels. You know what I mean? Vegans are very plastic. You got to watch out for that, man. Make it plant-based. Make it plant-based. That make it easier. That's a much broader term. Especially when you get into the etymological, you know, you go just because the etymology of vegan means vega, vacant, all of these, you know, Vatican, blah blah blah. Just give that label up and do your best to eat things that are healthy for you. You know what's healthy sometimes? To be out with a bunch of people and eat a fucking steak dinner. That's healthy. you know, you go to a restaurant and the cow is already dead. Get rid of the sacred cow, you know? If the cow is already dead, you can't bring it back to life. All your compassion and everything that you have, which is wonderful, and we need to treat things with the utmost respect and adoration and compassion. But sometimes the right move is, yo, we out eating shish kebabs tonight. Because you're going to get more energy gaining off of a group of people doing something together and interacting with each other's energy, because that animal, you can't bring it back to life. And to go even further, you know, and again to Neville Goddard's work, he'll tell you, you can't have any quibbles, you can't have any qualms with this. You just have to go, this is how it works. I'm not saying to go, you know, make your meat, go be a meat eater. I'm not saying to do that. I'm not even saying to ever do it. Because it might not be something that you know, it fits into your life. You might never go into those arenas. But for someone like me, my diet is primarily, my diet is primarily beer. I'm primarily a liquiditarian. Piss, water, juice, fruits, vegetables, and maybe sometimes, like, I like fish. I don't see a problem eating fish. I'll eat some fish here and there. And if I gotta throw down some chicken wings, they'll get murdered. They're already dead. I can't do shit about it, you know? So it's just having less, it's less of a stress, because I was a hardcore vegetarian, almost vegan. I was probably more vegan than most vegans are. I just would never claim that. But I was so vegetarian that I would go in somewhere and I would say, hey, well, you know, your soup, what's the soup of the day? Is what kind of broth is that? You know, the kind of people that would I was making an issue out of everything, about everything that I consumed. I was like, well, was that on the grill where a piece of meat was? I was almost doing that, you know? And that just gets in the way of everything. It's just being a little easier on yourself. Don't give yourself so many rules, give yourself options, you know? 250. I got, oh, it's almost 3 o'clock, so I could take you guys into a bar again. I might do that. I might give up this street corner life. As soon as I finish this beer, I maybe go walk into a bar with you. I got a couple sushi joints. What to do? Yeah, of course, Marcus. Yeah. Just you'll find some deeper talks that I get into that shit, but it's just be easy, you know? Be easy. It's not that hard to just eat fruits and vegetables. My favorite thing about it is always, like, I always just laugh, like, these people that are vegan for a couple years, and then they just yell and scream. They hate people that, you're killing animals, and I'm like, okay, you're 25 years old and you've been vegan for 2 years. You ate meat for 23 years. Now all of a sudden you're self-righteous on a soapbox, telling people that they don't get 23 years worth of sinning or fucking up or murdering animals because you were doing it. But now that you know, you expect people to be on your timeline. Like, I'm not saying you, but this is what people do. But now you know, so now everybody has to be on your timeline. Well, we're not all on the same timeline. We're in this really interesting space of frequencies and resonances and timelines and realms and the way bodies of information and you know, people here really expect everybody, because they want to be vegan, it becomes very cultish and very religious real quick. Yeah, they get their 23 years of doing anything the fuck they want, and now you got to follow their lead. That's how quick it comes back to them. Because most of them be talking to me just because I say what I say. I'm like, yo, I've been vegetarian for like almost, I don't know, 13 years probably. I don't even know fucking how long it's been. Like, yeah, but every now and then. So here, I'm 13 years ahead of you. So now, can I tell you what to do for? You got to be where I am. These are motherfuckers that won't drink their piss either. These people out here listening to Dr. Sebi with their alkaline shit, not knowing that Dr. Sebi, he cured most of his problem with drinking his piss. And these people don't even know about urine therapy. They don't even know about urine. They don't even want to drink their piss, because all they want to do is be pissed off at everybody else, because they don't even know what their blood tastes like, because they're plasticizing themselves. See, I knew I was, as soon as this was brought up, you know Zen's got to go off on it. But that's a little lesson today. Let me get off of my soapbox here. I'm not on a soapbox. Look at me. Look at, here's how we do. I'm sitting on a street corner on concrete. Fuck ever. John Shore, Dr. Sebi, I'm pretty sure that's the original thing when he was talking about doing a urine fast. Whenever all of his brain drained out, and he was like, his eyes, he got very bad vision for a little while, and then it all drained out. He was explaining how it all drained out of him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. Somebody reminded me of that, because I remember knowing Dr. Sebi before he was doing the alkaline shit, right? But I think if you were to go look in his early stuff, or even look in his name in urine therapy or whatever, I'm pretty sure that was the causal effect, and then he made a business out of healing through fruits and vegetables and being alkaline, which, again, you all know how I feel about that shit too. But yeah, vegans out here, until you sipping on that orange. Once you start sipping in the orange, you're gonna have a whole different way of looking at things, whole different way of treating yourself and looking at other people and their issues and where they've been in their life. You know, that's the ultimate, you know, John Shaw, you know this, ultimate form of self-respect is to drink your own piss. It means you got self-love. Like, that was in me. That's my blood. And then it teaches you, like, as everybody knows, it teaches you, like, what your diet is, like how your diet is actually affecting everything in you, meaning all of the things that we're consuming out here, how it's affecting your urine. Good to see you, John Shore. Yeah, I am me. Yeah, love your life and cause as little harm as possible. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. That's a simple way to do it. Love life, cause little harm. Yeah, I mean, we always, no matter what we do, we're gonna stub our toes. We're gonna step on someone's toes. We're gonna, you know, life is a contact sport. Sometimes we bump into people, but we do our best not to. You know, we do our best to be aware of our surroundings at all times and making sure, you know, that we're not getting in people's way. You know, say la vie, right? Live and let live. Yeah, Marcus Leonard. So I hope that gave you a little bit of insight on what do I think you should eat. I think you should eat what you want to eat. But if you want the highest form of diet and knowledge, you'd want to eat your piss. You'd want to drink your orange. And then you'd want high vibrational food. You want to eat all the fruits. That would and if you were smart too, you'd let the fruits fall and then start to ferment and become beer. So you'd become a liquiditarian. That'd be the second highest diet. The highest diet would be obviously just breathing prana, breathing oxygen. Well, it's not oxygen, but you know what I mean. I don't want to call it breatharianism, but something like that. But most people don't. You know, that's not for everybody. I don't. You know, that's for a select few people that you know, that's a whole other thing. But you should eat things that make you feel good. Find the things that are vibrating that smells good. If it smells good, eat that shit. But I have a lot of videos on one probably called the Master Diet. Yeah, the Master Diet 2. I got so much of my information is on food, dietary habits. Yeah, there you go, Unstance. That's the way it's said. You could have any meal in front of you, and if you're having a meal with a bad attitude, you're actually releasing neurochemical stress hormones into your system that is then mixing up with the food that you're eating, and it's becoming cancer in your body. You're causing yourself cancer not because meat causes cancer. You're causing cancer because you have a stressful life and a stressful job, and you hate your husband, you hate your wife, you hate your kids, or whatever the fuck it is. You know, you're stressed out, and as you're eating, you're watching some stupid violent film, and all of that is causing you to basically your DNA to be tangled up and bound up into a ball called cancer. It's a can of Sir. And that's what's happening. It's not meat causes cancer. That's wrong. Just straight across the board, that's wrong. But that's not. I'm not saying to go out and start eating meat, because there's plenty of cultures all over the world, vegetarian, and there's plenty of cultures all over the world that have been meat eaters that are perfectly fucking healthy. Look at a Mediterranean diet, perfectly healthy people. Look at an Ethiopian diet, perfectly healthy people. You know, you'd go all over the world and find perfectly healthy people, but you know, the change happened with people's stressors and how they eat and where they're eating. Fast foods. It's not even that fast food is bad, even for that matter. I'll even go far as to say that if you eat it with a happy heart, have your happy meal and have a happy heart. It must be pretty resilient that the human body can eat all the junk food and the shit that we eat for years. Like for 26 years of my life, 25 years of my life, my diet was shit. Like just shit. But now I'm almost 40 and this is what I look like. And I could reverse this even more. I just like what I look like right now. I'm comfortable with what I look like. I don't need to take any more years off. I don't need to add any on. I'm good where I am for a little bit. But anybody can do that. What's up, buddy? Oh, MMS bath? That's pretty hardcore. Of course, Marcus. I just get on here at random times, but you might like the last show I did, the 4-hour one. If you're really enjoying this, it was yesterday I did it. I forget what I called it. I think it was called like, I don't know who else was on here, but I was at a bar and we just had a really long ass. It was fun. But yeah, I'm always on here, man. Come say hello, ask questions, anything you want to know. That's how we do it. There's a gin bar in your hometown. They do not have gin 47 or Ford's. Ford's is fucking really good. Gin, I have the Genie 47 I haven't had. What else? Do you know what else they have? I'm gonna try to, let's get this here. There we go. Taking the piss, your own perfect medicine. Yeah, that's like, I mean, if you really get into even the old saying, you know, taking the piss when you know, it's like taking the piss out of something. Like, you know, if you're the kind of person to give someone shit, you're gonna get thrown back in your face. That's actually doing it to yourself. Like, yo, I've learned my lessons. You know, I'm a prick to people sometimes. I'm an asshole, and you know what? I've got it right back put in my face. And then I did it to myself. I was like, well, let's just drink my own piss. Oh, okay. And then it lights up your head up a little bit, and you become different. You literally change. You change your DNA. Like you're not really changing it as much as unlocking the bound up parts of it. Like, look, whenever I put my hair up, I'm binding up my antennas. I'm binding up my DNA coding in a way. Now, I have to do it sometimes. Hold on a second, y'all. Because the kind of energy that it amplifies and magnifies, that I need to do this. And everybody knows, like, if I put my hair down, like, it just becomes a whole different thing. Like, you'll watch it happen. People have watched me walk down the streets, and when my hair is down, people interact with me wildly different. It's not just a physical thing either. So it's even why people lock up their hair. They get dreads. Those locks are different. They're doing something different with their antennas. I kind of want to go to this whiskey bar next door. They have this awesome, there's an upstairs whiskey bar that's fucking super amazing. But I'm not really a whiskey dude. I'm not really into whiskey like that. Whiskey and rum aren't my thing. The dark liquors just don't work with me so well. It's too much. Tequila, dark tequila I work with, but not that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The rice experiment will prove to you everything you need to know. If you don't know, if you aren't certain of this, of anything that I say, you think I'm lying about any of this shit, go prove it to yourself. Go do the rice experiment. If that doesn't 100% change the way that you see everything, like between the rice experiment and drinking your piss, it will literally, in the course of a week, change the way that you see the world. Like, literally see the world. Because your eyesight will change. You'll feel vibrations differently. Things will happen faster. Like, your imagination will come back to you faster. Yeah, John, see, that's what's up, John Shore. I don't eat meat, but if you do, yeah, there you go. You 47, dude? Damn. Oh, so you got hundreds of gins, but not those two. Weird. Man, I need to get back into gins. I just because I've been loving the tequila so much, man. It just keeps me on a nice, like, it keeps a nice upper in me, you know? Mayan gin Herberdern. As soon as we say monkey gin 47, here comes the Mayan gin Herberdern. Yeah, well, we're the craziest motherfuckers you ever meet. That's for damn sure. And there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. We just happen to be holding. We're kind of like when they talk about holding space. Like, we're energetic forces, and we hold different. We're in different areas, and there's a reason. It just is. We're like basically seated here as I don't want to call us archonic forces, but to a degree, we hold energy different. Like, Mayan Jin is a powerful being. David Mannion's a powerful being. Like, and so we're in different places on the planet for certain time frames, or certain energies to be amplified through us. And so this is why we look. This is why we look and sound like we do. Yeah, it's not crazy. It's everybody else it just isn't on that vibe. They don't know it. They don't feel it. They can't. I mean, it's not that they can't. They're deaded. They're like, they eat all the. They eat all the dead stuff. They eat all the processed shit, and they have bad feelings about it. They know they shouldn't eat it, but they don't. You know, they're too busy with the 9 to 5, right? They're too busy taking that hour commute in traffic and hating that fucking thing. Some of us weaved out of that somehow. And yes, we're a little different here. David Mannion, yeah, I mean it's the same thing like whenever you're like, you know, Maya and Jin will tell you this thing, you know, when you're drinking a lot, you're doing such a heavy duty cleaning on your system that you might just have a buildup of somewhere that you have like an old injury. Sometimes when I'm cleansing, I'll have like one of my old injuries pops back up. You know, the Herxheimer, the healing crisis. It's where maybe you had a blood vessel pop or something, and it's not completely healed yet, and so it will start build up pressure somewhere. So yeah, I can see that happening. I think you could probably go and ask. I always bring her name up. I know you know who she is. She looks like she's 20 something and she's like 40 something. What's her name? Red haired. She's from Sweden or somewhere. Monica Schwitt. And yeah, I'd even suggest that to you, Marcus. If you don't know who Monica Schwitt is, go listen to her. She's had some crazy experiences doing urine therapy, urine fasting. I see. I'm trying to get rid of the word therapy out of it because I think that's a wrong idea at this point for most of us. But yeah, she's had some pretty crazy experiences on it. Yeah, mine. I do. I'm like, oh damn it! What have I been doing this whole time? I was too busy talking. I wasn't thinking about breathing. What's up, DPL? Talk about the rice. It's the Masorimoto rice experiment. I've got 3 videos on it, and it's easy enough to find. Simplest thing. Make 3 jars. One jar of rice, cooked rice. You're gonna put love on. One you're gonna put hate on, and one you're gonna ignore. And you're gonna energize it that way. You're gonna go up to that rice, and you're gonna throw your energy of your day into it. You can do it once a day, twice a day. You can do it 5 times a day, whatever you feel like. If you're really powerful, you only have to do it once. I did a rice experiment a while back where I charged them all one time, and you can see the results. But I don't know that most people could do that one time. I did it very fast because I was holding a lot of energy. But you know, go up through rice every day, and you'll see what happens. Yeah, Pixel, yeah, I do. Now and then, you know, again, I'm all over the map with what I do, so like, it's like sometimes that's what I want to do, and sometimes I'll be really heavy into fasting. Sometimes I'll be really heavy into Wim Hof. Sometimes you're gonna see me on street corners talking to guys. Sometimes you see me, like, all different pieces of me. So, yeah, I do. Wim Hof method is awesome. Maya and Jin, do it. There's this cat in New Orleans that he runs down these tracks with his headphones on and just dances the entire, like, the whole way. The dude is fit as anything, and he's just wilding out dancing the entire, like, you'll see him and people just like he's an attraction, you know, like super fit dude just wilding out dancing. It's hilarious. It's great. DPL, give it a shot, see what it does. Clean your blood, adjust your DNA, offer you stem cells, clean up your brain, rehydrate your system. There's not much it can't really do. I don't know. It's and no, John Shore, I do not. Some days it will be a lot, and some days, like, I probably haven't had I drank my piss maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, but before that was a couple weeks. I just take time off. Sometimes it just depends on the density of the energy fields that I'm in, and like sometimes I can't be on a super high vibe because the energy around me isn't super high vibe. So I need to get on other people's levels. This is why I say this is the, you know, that the urban shamanistic shit. I can't just be sitting out here like levitating on people because they're not gonna understand it, and they're gonna think I'm some sort of guru, some sort of genie, some sort of. I mean, they'd be right, but you can't just be like. You couldn't just, Michael Jordan just can't walk down the fucking street, you know what I mean? Because it's not, no one's gonna, they're not going to believe that they could be Michael Jordan. No one really believes that, you know. But if you kind of just look like somebody, if you kind of can talk like somebody, if you can kind of be like somebody, if you can kind of be on their vibe, then they can learn something more. They can see that, like, hey, I might be on your vibe now, but there's a lot of shit I know, and that's what I attempt to do. If that's my service, that's what I do. Maybe not for everybody. Some people are gonna have to get on high vibes. DPL, how often are you talk about? I don't understand what you're saying, man. Ooh, man, you had 2 throat surgeries? Man, it's crazy. Okay. I like that. I used to think, no, I am. It's not I think, therefore I am, therefore I am. I am, and then fill in the blanks. That's your checkbook to the universe. You got a checkbook? It's unlimited. All you do is put I am, and then fill in the blank with whatever you want it to be. And that is the most masterful technique. I am self-law and master. And so it is. Abracadabra. Oh, Jenny, you didn't see what I got earlier. You weren't here earlier. Let me show you what I got. I wish I could send you this. You got Van Gogh. Van Gogh was $12, man. I wasn't even trying to drink today. I'm probably just taking this home and probably going to make something with it. But $12 for Van Gogh. That's crazy. That's real good stuff. How often do you have to drink your piss? As often as you like. I think that you'll find out. Like, don't listen to what everybody else says to drink the first of the day. Don't do that. Don't drink your first piss of the day, or else you won't want to do it. Drink later in the day until you become accustomed to it. Then you'll be able to handle your first piss of the day, because your first piss of the day is doing something different than the later pisses are doing. Think about it this way. Over the course of the evening, when you look at the Taoist clock of the organs that are being basically flushed, all of those things are then going through your kidneys and becoming your urine. And it's storing all of the inverted information, meaning the poison that came out of your body during the evening becomes panacea, which becomes your urine. And so in the morning, it's going to have more of an effect of a healing in that way, where the rest of the day, your blood's going to be, your urine's going to be cleaner. It's going to be more distilled like water. And it's going to have a different effect. It's going to be more of a pulling. It's going to extract more things out of your body during the rest of the day, where the morning is offering something to you. So you got to think of it that way. When I do urine fast, I've only done one really long one. I've done one 7-day. I'm pretty sure I supply distilled with it usually. I'm trying to think because it's a while ago. I haven't done just a straight urine fast. Most of the time it's, you all know how I do it. It's like urine, beer, fruit juice. That's usually how I get down. I'll probably, like, now that we're talking about it, you guys got me all like amped up. So like, now that I've had a beer to add some extra water in my system, I'll probably go drink a glass of my piss in this restaurant. And speaking of that, maybe should I go up in there? Should I take you guys in this restaurant? You guys want to go to a sushi joint with me? It's happy hour over there. Urine is a very good hangover cure. The problem with it though, John Shore, is if you had the hangover but you tried to eat the stupid shit, you know what I mean? If you tried to eat the stupid shit when you were doing all the drinking, you're gonna wake up and this salty, garbagey food, and you're gonna just taste it. And it's gonna be like, oh my god. What's up, Darkwing Duck? I haven't seen you in a while. we out here on street corners, but you know, people be like, is this dude homeless? I ain't homeless. Is he houseless? I ain't houseless. Just hanging out on the street corner. Just figuring out, waiting for a happy hour, figuring out what bar to go to. See, this one over here is this is how New Orleans gets you, yo. Look at this shit. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's a lot of 24/7 bars. You know why though? I mean, well, it's partially it's partially for the tourists, but it's mainly for all of the people that are working for the tourists until 3 a.m. and they want to go have a drink. So you'll find the craziest, like they're all they've done is they've inverted. So their hours of operation are the opposite of everyone else. If you work bartending and you're working until 3 and 4 in the morning, now when you get off of work at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., you want to have happy hour. Well, these people still want to have a drink. They just got done working. They're still energized. So it's 4 a.m., 5 a.m. You go at 4 or 5 a.m. out here, you're gonna find people just getting their first drink and having, like, that's their happy hour. And then you see these people, you know, sun comes up 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. They're sitting here at this bar at 10 a.m. I could walk in here at 10 a.m. and I'm gonna find the people from last night that were working having, like, just a wild ass time. And I'm like, yes, here's my crazy motherfuckers. I got up early to have my first drink, but here they are. Yeah, but when we were talking about Darkwing, we were talking like, if this is spirit and air is spirit, because I'm actually drinking. I'm drinking air in a way. To me, I am, at least the way that I perceive it. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me there's anything but oxygen in here or air. You know. And I got okay, I'm gonna go over this. I'm gonna go this bar. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cast from there, because it's sometimes Darkwing. I could definitely do a show from here. I got a sushi joint here and I got a whiskey bar here. Do I want Sapporo and a comfortable seat? Let's see. Let me meditate on this for a second. I just want to be. I don't want to walk in somewhere and have to shut this off, because, you know, there's some places just not going to be cool to do it. Like sometimes it's like, you know, too quiet or whatever. If there's people behind me, I don't want to be like be an asshole just sitting there talking to a phone. I'm trying to think about these spaces for a second. Oh, I could just go up in this Burger King over here. Yeah, you never catch me in a Burger King. Although I'll tell you guys a secret. Your boy Zen went to McDonald's for his birthday. I was driving home from the beach, coming back to New Orleans. It was like, you know, it was about to be my birthday, and so at first we stopped at Taco Bell. I was like, we gotta get a bean burrito, whatever. It's not that awful. And they didn't have anything that we wanted to order. So I was like, fuck, that's hilarious. So let's go to McDonald's. I got myself a fish fillet from McDonald's. That's my meal right there. That fish fillet, come on. Fish fillet and some and those fries that just they don't go bad. Well, I just shit them out fast. But see, that's the thing. I don't worry about that being hurtful to me, because I just don't digest it. I just run it. It just runs right through my body. It can't harm me. It doesn't touch me. And you know, then you got to wash it down with a Coca-Cola, which I don't really like. But I mean, a Mexican Coke is nice because it's got real sugar. But there is a little secret. Zen went to McDonald's. I did. First time, I'm probably like, well, I went to McDonald's a few months back, but it's been a few years. Like it's just like an occasional thing. Just because I really, for whatever reason, I just like a fillet of fish. I don't fucking know why. Burrowing micromites, man. Yeah, man. Probably. I think you're on the right path with that, but what's that other stuff called? It's the earth stuff. It's called it's like that. It's not azomite, but it's kind of like azomite. Diatomaceous earth, is that how you say it? Diatomaceous earth. I think that might be the solution. Bathe with that, you know, scratch, like if it's on, like if you're saying on your skin or whatever, man, bathing with it. I know, diatomaceous earth. And obviously clay baths. Clay baths are going to do the job, because the one is going to scrub and the other one's going to pull things out, right? The clay bath is going to be I think that's probably your best bet. And the earth, because I remember when my puppy got like lots of fleas and shit. The diatomaceous earth was a big solution, and then obviously aged urine, you know that, like super aged urine, super high ammonia content. Or you could just get crazy with the alcohol shamans. Fucking drink some vodka, man. I don't know. I think I might just go in this bar here and see what's going on. Nah, Darkwing Duck, no, not that deep into the cold stuff. I have. I mean, I used to do saunas a lot. I went the other direction. I like heat. The cold is fine. You know, Sivan talked about this a while back. There's hot and cold. There's the hot and cold, the eastern and western of basically the eastern and western chi, I guess you would call it. Basically meaning that your body's going to be one of these two things. Like you're going to be more. How you doing, baby? You're going to be more inclined to one of those two things. And for me, it seems to be heat. I like the cold sometimes, but I came from the cold. I came from where it's very cold, and I got my share of it as a child. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why I like the heat now. Maybe there's like, you know, a transition in the way we exist, a transition in certain types of, you know, every 13 years maybe, every you know, some of those master numbers might come in handy there, that you change the energies that are in your body. But I think his idea was that like if you came from, say, an Asiatic background versus you know, if you're Caucasus versus Asian or versus super melanated, these kind of things are gonna have different energies, right? Different chi that works in them. Because I can look at it like I watch these cats. I told this story many times before. Go to the basketball court, and I'm telling you, it's 100 degrees outside, literally 100 degrees, and they'll have black jeans on and a wool hat and won't be sweating. I'll be in there in a white shirt just dripping, like, and I already have a little melanin in my skin from being out playing, but they'll be out there. I'm like, how the fuck are you out? It's 100 degrees, and they're balling out of control. They're just like it ain't even a thing. So that their chi works different than, say, somebody that, obviously, if you Russian, you're going to have a little different energetic system. You know, you got thickness of your blood and things, but yeah.
So my mom was going to pay herself to get my mom to give me out on $100. What's the name?
Are you asking me, John Shore? Do I know Master of Earth? Yeah, of course. I've learned a lot from Master of Earth. Yeah. Master Earth is awesome, man. Where am I from? I mean, originally? You mean like my like heritage? Or where am I living now? You mean like where am I at? Everybody knows I'm in New Orleans. It's the only city to live in. Originally, I don't really know. I'm adopted. All the information that I've been delivered through that, because where I was adopted from, basically they're not allowed to reveal any identifying information about parents. That's just the state I was living in. So I don't know who my parents are. I have no idea. And the information I get, it's to me it's pointless. I don't believe doctors. I don't believe hospitals. They lie about all sorts of shit. I got no faith in what they say. And so when people see me, they'll tell me, "Oh, you look like you're from here or here," and I'm like, "Well, that's not what it said on my the adoption. They said I'm something else." I'm like, "But I don't even look like those people. I don't even act like I have none of those features." So, I don't know, man. I just let everybody guess at it. So yeah, let me because the phone's almost dead anyways. Yeah, doctors are boneheads, man. I mean, it's not their fault, but yeah, indoctrination, huh? So check it out. Let me see about this bar real quick, and if not, I'm gonna go to the sushi joint. Let me see what's going on in here. Yeah, I think you're about right about that. We've been talking about that. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I think I'll stay here for a minute. Is the music too loud right now? Because I'm gonna go sit over there, and I think I'll be able to talk. I think I'll be able to talk from the corner. I'll show you the upstairs bar. I don't know if it's open yet, but I'll show you the whiskey bar. It's fucking amazing. Well, check this place out right here. Hey, let me flip it around. Yeah. Spirit Master. High Life or PBR? Something shitty? Something shitty?
Take out either.
High Life is what's up.
High Life's good.
Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy.
425.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
One second. All right, back, y'all.
I think I got it, but that's one thing I want to do. So if I need to, I'll go
All right. Let's go do this thing. I think I should be able to do this from here. Yeah, this should work out. There you go. Well, what your boy's in is actually a bonehead. So, you guys don't give it for too much longer because I did not bring my plug. So, you guys get what you get for as long as you get it. Cool. Should get a better beer. Although the Champagne of beer is pretty amazing. All right, where are we at? Yeah, you're probably right about that, man. I showed you that the other day. Showed you the eyeballs. Are you here for that? David Mannion, once again, coming through. Oh, the old Rasputin for the man. Yes. You know, it's funny. I went over to because we were talking about that. I went over to a grocery store that I know has it, and they didn't. They just ran out of it. So, but luckily, they're going to be getting the dude said he'll get in some Monk's Cafe, and so next time I go there. But I don't think they have old Rasputin here. It's not like that. Guys, thank you so much. You guys bought me some beers. Thank you. You're paying for me to drink well. Thank you. I'm going to upgrade my beer next time. Okay, rock on. So anybody that doesn't know. You can feel free to do that. They do tax me a little bit. YouTube taxes me a little bit on this. So if you do want to donate to me, go through one of the other channels. I don't know what it costs everyone PayPal, but I see the entire amount. And Square Cash, I'm pretty sure it's free or very, very minimal. Square Cash is the way to go. If you haven't tried that, check it out. That's the easiest way. But I mean, it's easier here. But I think they take like 25-30% off. Like, so I'm getting, you know, I get like $7 of that or something. They be scamming me, yo. They be taking my monies. Yeah, Square Cash is better. Square Cash is way better. Does that cost you guys anything? I don't know if anybody sent me through there that's on here now. So for anybody that comes in the room, feel free to buy me a drink. It goes to this. It goes to Liquid Knowledge, Liquid Swords, Cash App. Yeah, Cash App. A super simple setup. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't cost anything. I think it's like super minimal. Darkwing, Wim Hof combined with sun gazing, urine therapy, and all that shit, and you'll probably just start levitating. You'll charge up your energetic body and your magnetic body so quickly. You'll be throwing energy out of your hands very fast. You'll be able to do telekinesis. Well, I don't necessarily know you'd be able to do telekinesis faster. I mean, you should be able to, but you'll definitely be able to have you'll throw energy out your hands. Oh yeah, Cash App. If you use the code there, it will give you $5 for free, and it'll give me $5 for free. So if you haven't signed up for it, go do that. It gives you $5 fucking bucks. I don't know. And it's by some dude that, what company does he own? It's like one of the better entrepreneurs that's kind of doing shit to try to help the world. He owns a couple businesses, pretty big ones too. I forget who it was. Anyways. Yes. Yeah, you did the Wim Hof today? Do you, because basically it just means breathe until you think you're going to pass out, but you can't pass out because all you're doing is over-oxygenating your system, and most people don't know what over-oxygenating their system feels like. But I know that right there is breathing. So every time I take spirit in, I'm taking some breath in. Cheers, y'all. And hopefully, oh shit, you know what, y'all? Hopefully this doesn't get. And here's the other trick, y'all. Let me say this again. Hopefully, whenever there's music on in the background, sometimes I'll get a copyright claim against it, and the guy, whatever money you just gave me, fucking doesn't happen. So I think that might have just happened. I think I might have lost that $20. I hope not. I'm trying not to put that in my mind, but it's happened before. Like, I need to go outside, and hopefully the music isn't loud enough, or hopefully it's been drowned out. And I'm gonna go outside anyways. Yeah, I'll let you all know because it's happened to me before. I've lost almost $100 off of YouTube's copyright claims. Yeah, it's mad bullshit. It's mad bullshit, like super bullshit. And it's always like just some random ass bullshit ass fucking song in the background that all of a sudden copyright claim on my video, and it's stupid. I don't understand how I lose the money off of what you guys are donating to me, but that happened too. So, you know, I hope it doesn't happen, because I'm like, fuck, it's not. I'll be like. It is, dude. I there's really nothing to do about it. It's just I have to get another resource for it, but like another outlet besides YouTube. But then on YouTube taxes me in one way, like with that kind of bullshit. But then if I were to go and say do Patreon, they literally tax you. They literally, you gotta fill out the fucking paperwork and get taxed, or you can't even open it up. I'm like, well, that's fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. So I don't want to go that route because they're going to take 40% off the top anyways. So then I just keep it on here, and then I get unlucky. Like hopefully that doesn't do it, you know. We'll see. We'll see. No, never. But I've done a lot of other substances that I would say probably are quite similar. I've always kind of said that I'm a bit of a salvia divinium shaman, meaning there's if you've ever done a large quantity of salvia divinium, you can watch time collapse. You can watch time happen. And so that's probably why I have those on my knuckles. It says emit time, depending on how you look at it. So once you know, I used to do that by myself. I used to go and, what's up, Rafik Effect? Rafik Effect. Yeah, I used to by myself. I would turn on, sometimes I would turn on Jamiroquai, or sometimes I would just do it in silence, like in my basement, just lights off. But the folding of reality onto itself, you've done that, Fire Drake, just whoosh, whoosh, just it's pretty interesting shit. And I had some crazier experiences watching the sun set twice while other people were with me, that they watched it happen too. Yeah. And I used to take people on trips, so like I would be like their shamanic guide because they had never done it, or they'd say, "Oh, it's stupid. It's not worth it. Nothing really happens." I was like, "Well, you haven't done it right." And if you don't use the right lighter, if you're not using a hot enough flame, you're not gonna be getting what you need out of it if you don't hit it. You know what I mean? It's somewhat similar to DMT in that way. But yeah, salvia divinium is it's called the diviner sage. Yeah. yeah. Well, I hope you're enjoying Rafik. It's a fun little place in here. Bottle Bureau is the gin bar zone. Bottle Bureau? Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean it is. Because that's what we are. We're breatharians. We're breath beings. We're Aryans. We're breath Aryans. But when we're here, you know, interacting with the general population, you have to take in some kinds of physical substances to actually to be able to interact with people, or else, you know, like I said earlier, you become like Michael Jordan of the realm, where people can't even. Jane Carter, no. Whenever I was doing it, I was in Baltimore, and I don't know where it's I don't know where it's from originally. There's a lot of awesome plant life around here. There's a lot of awesome flowers and shit. Man, this is kind of sucky because I'm enjoying this, and I know you guys are too, but my cord is at the. Let me just double check in here. Yeah, I guess this works out well because it'll give me a chance to go take Puppy for a walk and then come back on here and have a little second happy hour. Yeah. So the phone's almost dead, y'all. I got 5% left. That means I got like 5 minutes here. Let me let's do this, y'all. Yeah, Salvian. Oh, I never done them together, and I would think that they wouldn't get along because the types of energies. So check it out, y'all. I gotta run home. Obviously, my phone's about to die. Hopefully this cash gets to me. Thank you. I'm a little confused at this because it's telling me I got $11, right? Can you guys undo your? Hey, let me ask you again, because I'm saying I got $11. David gave me 10. And Rising Love gave me 9, so I should have 20 basically. And it's saying I got 11. Can you undo your? Because that would be better. Just take your money back. Can you do that? Can you cancel that shit? Can you cancel the super chat? Because if you can, that makes more sense. Just in case this gets copyright claimed, and then you could just donate to me a different way, or I can make sure that I'm not around music next time. Yeah, truffles are where it's at. Yeah, and Fire Jake, I'll get to this on the next broadcast. My phone is almost dead, so I'm gonna probably come on here, like, give me like an hour. Give me an hour. I gotta bike home and do the doggy thing real quick, and then I'll come back out and find myself a nice little happy hour, and we'll dig in a little deeper. So I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know if y'all heard that about whoever gave me the donation here. Yeah, David Mannion and Rising Love. See, that ain't making a lot of sense. That you gave me $10 and she gave me $9.99 and it's telling me I got 11. Like I'm gonna just, for whatever reason, not that. You can't undo? Nah. Cool. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it works out. Again, I still don't know why it does that. Oh well. It's fucking money. It all works itself out. So check it out. I'll be back in 2 hours, guys. Thanks for joining. It's been fun. I've enjoyed this. I wish I could stay plugged in, but other things call my energy. So an hour to an hour and a half if you want to come back. Do cool things. Interact with the world. Inspire the world. But if you cannot do that, shit well, eat well, drink well, you know, rock the bells, do what you gotta do, and enjoy yourself.